Good morning, Pisceanos. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good night's sleep. I hope you woke up today feeling happy, safe, and peaceful. Thank you to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed, and gave donations. Happy Saturday. All right, let's see what we got going on for today. Let's pull one of these. This is Millennial Oracle by Maruka X. We also got the Queen of Swords there at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, angels, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me with this message today for my beautiful Pisces people, my Pisceanos. What messages do we have for Pisces? We got spiritualists, searching for meaning in life, discovering the magic around you, manifestation, and the spirit realm. Then we have the Queen of Swords here. Now this is a very manipulative, lying type of person. Let me see. Breadcrumbing and communication. There's someone that's lying here about how spiritual they are, or how kind, or how good of a person, or how connected to God, or about even their blessings or their manifestations and stuff like that, Pisces. So I see somebody here that may be competing with you on a spiritual level. Let's say you manifested your dream home, right? It's like they'll say that they manifested their dream home. Let's say you manifested a dream job. They manifested something. You know, like this is what I'm getting here. Somebody that is in competition with you on in the spiritual realm. Like, oh, a good one. Yes, they said you had a dream. You had a vision. It came true. Now, so you know they had a vision. It came true. This is somebody that is trying to compete with you, Pisces. That's the best way I can say this. You have a competitor, a spiritual competitor. Like that's very I think, or it could even just be like religious. It could be very religious too. Like if you are religious, they're even more religious, you know. Like I don't know, if you go to church, they go to church every day, you know. That's what I'm feeling here. Somebody that competes a lot. But here's the thing, it's like it's not really who they are. It's not really in their heart. That's what this Queen of Swords is telling me. This is a manipulation. They do the minimum, the least amount of work, and then they say it to everyone. You know, they'll say, yeah, I gave money to the homeless, or I fed the homeless, but it was that one time, but it turned into like a parade, or it had to be posted online or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it had to be made into this big event in order for them to say, I'm spiritual. I'm connected with God. I have magic, that I'm blessed in life because I've been blessing other people. So it's okay to say things that you've done, but what I've noticed is people who really help others, they don't boast about it. They don't put it anywhere. They just do it, you know? So this is a person that definitely likes to tell everybody all the good deeds that they've done, but that's what I'm getting. All right, let's go deeper and let's see what else. I'm going to do past, present, and future. Spirit, tell me more. With the Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So you really are a spiritual being. Like you go through things. You know, you see things, you hear things, you know things. You know, you feel things. When you speak, it comes from your heart. I see the spirit realm, and the spirit realm definitely communicates with you. I feel like you are in strong communication at this time with the spiritual realm. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to bring it out. It's like, I think you're getting messages. Like, you see it in her eyes, right? Like, she has her eyes closed and she's like feeling out something. There's something she's feeling around her. So you're feeling something. I don't know. How do you feel these things? You're sensing like a presence around you. Dreams, right? Yes. Visions. Repeating numbers. That's a big one. You see numbers that keep getting repeated. That's a big one. And I could feel that here, Pisces. I think that's what it is. I think you keep seeing the same numbers over and over and over again. Do you know what that is? That is just them saying, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. You feel me? You're right. I'm here. So it could be other things as well too, Pisces, like lights. Lights are a big deal. Like, sometimes you get flickering lights and you're thinking, oh, let me go change the bulb, and it's like you go back to it later and it was perfectly fine. Stuff like that. Like, there's something else around. I'm just feeling the presence a lot of something else around. I guess it's her face and what she's doing there and the whole spirit realm. But let's keep going. We got Knight of Pentacles here. This is like progress that moves very slow and steady. This is in your past energy. Slow and steady progress. You were not made into this person overnight. There was like a lot of blockages that I feel like you had to kind of overcome in order for you to become this highly sensitive being. Now, some of you definitely were born sensitive, but unfortunately, because of life and others and getting involved with people maybe that you shouldn't have, there was blockages that were caused. You went down the wrong path, basically, Pisces. You went down the wrong path with the wrong people, and you got blockages. And it probably took a lot of unwinding, a lot of mistakes, trial and errors in order to realize feel your way out of the situation and figure out where you're supposed to head and go. This was a slow moving, but it was definitely progress. So sometimes I feel like you may have felt that you weren't getting anywhere, or why did that take so long? But it was your process, so it was slow. But even in the darkest moments, you were working towards becoming this person. I will go deeper. I do have the 8 of Pentacles here. Please excuse my nails. They are atrocious. I gotta get my shit together. But hold on. 8 of Pentacles. This is in your present time. There's some type of overworking here that you're doing. Over focusing, over paying attention. You know what I heard? I heard this the last few days, and it keeps coming back, and it's coming back to me now. It's if not me, then who? And that's like an army line or something. If not me, then who? I feel like there's something that you are really amazed about, first of all. Like, how do you say this? Okay, I'm going to try to, I see a football player right now. And it's almost like you didn't know that the ball was going to get passed to you and that you had the ball. And I can't imagine. I've never played it in my life, so I don't know why this analogy is coming up in my mind. It is what it is, right? So you grab the ball gets thrown to you. You didn't expect it. You didn't. And it's almost, it's that quarterback. Yes, I know a little bit about football. I'm sorry, guys. I should never use sports analogies. I'm the worst. So it's like, okay, you don't know who to throw the ball to, right? Like, who do I do? I don't know who to throw a ball to. I can't. And then you find yourself with all these people trying to run unsack you, and you throw it, and you have the ball, and you're like, I'm gonna have to do it myself, right? And so you gotta run it and get to the end, to the goal, to the whatever that's called, not goal, right? I don't know. Get to the end zone, I think. And it's a feeling of, because I'm feeling the person as they're running. At first, it's like, oh shit, I have the ball, and then it's like, oh my God, look at all these things. I gotta bob and weave, and then you make it past, but there's a point though where you're running, and you feel the people chasing you. They're there, but you're gunning. You're gunning You're gunning down there, Pisces. Like, I see you. And you're like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. So I kind of feel like this is what's going on with you. Like, at first you were like, how, and then you realize that you have the ball, and then it's scary. But then there comes a time, Pisces, when it's like, this is on you. It all falls on you. You are correct. If you don't do this and get this done, no one else is. You were chosen for this. You were picked for this, is the feeling. I know sometimes it's scary to be the quarterback and then you got to run the ball down because that's not your position in life. You're not used to that. You're used to a certain other position, but be the person who dares to do something that they weren't supposed to do, or an originator, like be the originator and be like, okay, I guess it's on me. Let's go. I have no idea if that made any sense, but that's what I was seeing in my mind's eye. So I think bottom line here, Pisces, is like, when it's your time, you will know. I know it sounds strange because sometimes I feel like you work really hard, and you are a bit of a perfectionist. I know you. You are a bit of a perfectionist. You try not to be because you realize that there's no point in perfection. But it robs you of the joy of the situation, right? It's like if you're playing football, you don't, you do it for the fun. You got to have the fun in it. If you don't have the fun, then what do you have, So there's something here about that, where it's like, just do it, just when the ball is passed to you. I don't care how scary it looks, I don't care how many obstacles you got to go through it. Go, run. The universe handed you the ball for a reason. If not you, then who? They don't trust the other people. They don't want the other people to do that. They want you. I have no idea what we're talking about. Hopefully you do. Ace of Swords. This is in the future. I feel some type of not so honest conversations, let's just say. Let me see what else I can get. Queen of Swords. These are hard conversations that need to be had. Let's go deeper, because it's something about a hard conversation and not so honest. But let's see. All right, let's do past, present, and future. I'm going to take 2 for these two. Knight of Cups. All right, let's do it one at a time because then my mind will go insane. Too many cards. Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups. You know what it is, and I see it. Now I got to get the words. Move, Susan. You've been extremely blessed in your life. You went through some obstacles, and you're very proud of what you've been able to accomplish, and you should be. You should feel that way. I'm happy that you feel that way. The problem is that it triggers other people to see you loving on yourself and having this confidence and having this, trust in yourself and your intuition scares people, intimidates them. It makes them want to compete with you. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just explaining how it feels. And it makes people question you as well. Like, they start questioning you. Is this for real? How can this be for real? How does Pisces see these things? How does Pisces feel these things? Why is Pisces so, like hippie-ish, or, what is going on here? Is this real or is this not real, is what I'm feeling. And you also don't need validation the way they need validation. I don't know exactly in what way, but that's what I'm feeling. It's like, why don't you need validation that way? Everyone likes validation that way. because you give validation to yourself these days. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to understand this person. There's somebody around you that it's this competing energy with you, and you're just being yourself. You're just validating yourself. It's almost like the more you validate yourself, whatever, however you do things becomes the new thing to beat. This person may say that you have somewhat of an ego, that you are not humble. Hold on, Pisces, because this is coming from a place of jealousy, envy, and they're saying you're not humble about something. I know why you kind of boast a little bit. You know, there's a little boasting. Because you went through hell. Why can't you just, maybe a little bit? I feel it, Pisces. You are a very humble person typically. But it is nice to show a little bit of boastfulness too, you know, and I know how spirit is. Sometimes they're like, you don't need to boast for nobody. You don't need to, showcase things and explain, like, or show people just how. Sometimes it'll come out naturally. Put it this way, you don't need to boast. That's what I'm getting. You don't need to. It shows regardless. It does feel good to give the middle finger up to somebody who thought you didn't deserve something or you were beneath something. It absolutely, I don't want to do it. I was about to do it myself, but yes, it feels great. Like, but I don't know. That's what I'm getting here. You do what you want, Pisces. That's between you and your spiritual team. I ain't judging it, because I definitely feel where, if not me, then who? Yeah, if you don't give yourself the praise, who's going to give it to you? No, you give it to yourself. All right, let me get into this Knight of Pentacles. We got the Hermit and the Two of Pentacles. This is in your past energy. You were taught a lot of wrong things. Or at least you've seen things the wrong way, or you were put in a trajectory. Is that the word? Like, you were put on a path to lose yourself. Like, this was not your path. I don't know if this was in childhood. I don't know if this is just in a relationship. But you went down the path and you started realizing, like, this is not me. This doesn't make me happy. Who is this person? I don't want to be this person. It's almost like you confused yourself a lot. Yeah, you got into a little bit of a hole, Pisces. But you also got yourself out of a hole, because I do have this energy with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's just a slow moving progress. So you have been moving. This is in your past energy. And at least you realized, at least you know something. You may have seen things within people and had revelations about people or your job or your situation. And I kind of feel like it's good. I always say that it's good to know. It is good to know. Even if it's hurtful, even if it's painful, even if you sit there and you're like, damn, I wasted so much time on this. If only I was, going down the right path, I wouldn't have wasted my time, my energy, my money. But it's, at least you know, at least you figured it out. And, you know, I do have this hermit energy here, and I am feeling like a presence of a spirit guide, honestly. Like I have, like, I don't know, she was sensing something, picking up on something. I feel like you definitely are in strong communication. This is where a lot of times you find the others, you know. Sometimes you're not, when you're headed down the wrong path, and if you don't stumble and get hurt, you know, like, you don't realize that there was assistance there the whole time that was helping you find your way to the right path again. So I don't know how to say this, but I'm definitely feeling the connection of a presence. And this is where it kind of was born, Pisces. It was born on you going down the wrong path. Like, notice how you didn't die down that path. Do you notice that? You felt like you were about to, and you may have gotten close, but you never did. This could even be your higher self too, with the Hermit. It's definitely a teacher, some type of teacher. You never did. But you needed to be there and suffer. Sorry, I love you. So that you can finally, like, mourn and get rid of that feeling. There's a feeling here. And it helped because it made you feel like no more. No more. It needed to come from somewhere. You had to build it somewhere. I'm going to say, I was so lost that my heart was an empty space. Till I saw your face, saw your face, saw your face. Ooh, I was swept up in a wave, swept up in a wave. Till I heard you say my name. I was lost, I was lost, I was lost till you loved me. Now I'm found, now I'm found, now I'm found. Yeah, you took me to a place, it was safe, it was sound, 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 sound. You got found. I love that song. It's like being in an ocean, which I've actually experienced, and you get swept up away and you think, that's it. Well, at least I did. I'm telling you my experience. Got swept up in the wave, started paddling. I mean, I was far out there, and I got so tired, and I just remember I couldn't anymore, and so I just laid on my back, and I was like, you got me, God, because I'm done. This is it. And the second that I was done saying that, I felt a raft, and it just like hit me in the shoulder, like bang. And I was like, oh, and I got onto the raft, and I just looked up at the sky, and I said, thank you. And this was years ago, but that's what I'm feeling here. Like, that's how you found things, and there's moments of trouble now in your life, and you clearly see the help and the assistance, and that's why I was getting that whole numerology thing. Like, there's just numbers, repeating numbers. It's like they're telling you they're here. So it's not just the numbers. I know there's so many of you out there, so I don't know how, and maybe you could share with me, how do you guys get your confirmations and that someone is watching over on you? Spirit, tell me more about this 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. You're kind of hard on yourself, Pisces. You're a human being. Remember that. You get emotional. You're sensitive in the most loving and beautiful ways. So don't be so hard on yourself about things. Like, you've come so far in life, so I just want you to remember that. Like, you made it so far too, so always remember that. That's so big, how far you have come. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but which one of us are, you know? So just remember, look, you're in a good space today. You're in a really good space today. You got yourself out of a few hurdles already, so you're doing good. There's something here about that perfectionist thing that I'm still feeling. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. I don't know if you're looking at something and you want it to be perfect. I don't know. There's something here about that, but if not me, then who is what I was getting here, Pisces. And did you ever think that maybe it's because of your struggles that you were picked for whatever's going on here? I don't know if this is a job, a relationship, but there's something that is being communicated with you by this divine being, a presence, and you're hearing it loud and clear. And I do feel the battle a little bit of it, because it's like, how do I do this? That's what I'm hearing. How do I do this? And you know what the crazier part is? I don't see the how. I just see that you can. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be met with opposition. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'm going to just put it out there. Like, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be met with opposition. It just means that you'll be fine all along the way. All right, let's go into the future with this Ace of Swords. Very confusing. This is a hard conversation. 8 of Wands, these are messages. A little bit of lying, not truthful conversations here. What is happening? Ace of Swords. There's someone in your life that you feel like cannot have an honest conversation with you. It's almost like they're incapable. Nothing you say really lands. So it's almost like you feel like you waste your time and your energy on this person. How does this person feel about Pisces? Let me see something. Hold on. 4 of Wands. There's the 1111. You might be seeing 1111s and the star. Wow. They think you're better than them. They do. They think that they can't compete with you. They never seen anything like you before. They can't even label you as, oh, she's a spiritual. Well, she does kind of curse a lot, or she's kind of like, she's kind of mean sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you be a spiritualist? It's like, they can't label you. If they can't label you, and they can't compete with you. Make no mistake, they may never tell you this, Pisces, but they feel like you are a better version. And I don't want to say of themselves, but like, just period. You're just a better version. They're also very afraid of what you can take away from them. This is the type of person that maybe will not want, they don't want you to shine, because they seen you shine, and they're afraid that the people around them will also see it. If this isn't like a sexual relationship, They're afraid someone's going to take you away. They try to kind of keep you a little bit hidden or in the cut. They can't have an honest conversation about that. I don't know why. It hits them to their ego a little too much on why they kind of hide you, I guess, in some way. But there's something here about a conversation that they cannot be honest. This person is incapable of having this honest conversation. I think the thing they're thinking is you deserve better, or you're better than what I can offer you. I'm thinking of that show, the movie, The Materialist. I just saw it recently. And that was a good movie. It was cute. It's these two people, they were together, they were in love. And he didn't make a lot of money. But she had high standards, and don't come from her, don't judge her, for these things. And I feel like you're the same way in some type of way. There are certain things that are expected, but they winded up breaking up because he felt like he couldn't make her happy. I think he literally said that to her. Like, it's so hard to make you happy. And she knew it. She was like, oh my goodness, I must seem like a horrible person, but I don't want to fight about a dinner or money for a dinner, I don't want to fight, it's our, I think it was their anniversary or something. They were fighting about a dinner or, money or some weird thing. And, I just like, she went out and she got her own, and she did have her own. She became very successful on her own. I think he was like a waiter or something. And, she met a very wealthy person, but guess what? She wasn't in love. No. So, yes, money does help, but you need love on the table. Love's got to be on the table. That's what she said, and that's what I'm feeling here. So there is someone here that is very afraid that you might meet the full package in someone else. I don't know what they're slacking. I'm not saying it could be, emotions, because sometimes people are like not that emotional or sensitive, and look at you over here, super sensitive. So they might be like, wait a minute, if they meet this person, it's like they're like twinning, with their sensitivities. Or it could be like a financial, so oh my goodness, what if she meets somebody or he meets somebody with money? That'll be done, I'll be over with. Oh my goodness, what if, it's just like this person really believes in their mind that you could probably find something better. So there's this like they were honest with each other in that conversation. But here I feel like there's something about not being able to be honest about this. And I'm not clear why. Maybe you're not honest with this. Thank you, Train. Maybe you feel like you need more. I don't know, Pisces. All right, let's see what advice do we have. Six of Swords. Damn. Okay. Eight of Cups. So I am feeling that, woman. You're going on a journey. You're going out there, and there's something that Spirit is guiding you to do. I felt it. I felt something that it was talking to you and telling you what to do and where to, and it seems very scary, I see, and then you're just overthinking the situation too, Pisces. A little bit of just do it, just a little bit, just go with it type of feeling. But you're getting a calling. Like, that's how I feel. Like something is like pulling, like, look at this. Like, it's like, come here, and you need something more. in your life. And I feel like there's someone that is telling you, like, look at the Four of Wands, is like, get out of your house. Like, there's some form of miracle blessing that is coming from this manifestation. It's from the spirit realm, right? Searching for meaning in life, discovering the magic around you, manifestation of the spiritual realm. And I can sense it. Like, maybe you're having these communications and they're telling you where to go, and there's somewhere to go. There's something you need to do, manifest and create. And it involves you being honest with yourself. You know, getting out of that comfort place and not lying to yourself. There's something big about that. It is scary, Pisces, and going anywhere is scary. I feel like you have supporters, though. You have a person or two that they say, wow, so the spirit realm told you to do this and you're doing it? That's pretty dope. You're going, I don't know, you might be traveling somewhere, moving somewhere. God knows, with you people doing ayahuasca somewhere. Could be mountainous. Listen to your heart, Pisces. Listen to your intuition. Don't second guess it. Don't keep second guessing it. It's like you're sitting on it and you're overthinking about it and you're making, why me? If not you, then who? Type of feeling. I don't know if that made sense, but all right, let's do career and money. How long have I been here? King of Swords, the Tower, Three of Pentacles. I heard many will try. No, many are chosen. What's that saying? Many are selected, but few are chosen, or few succeed in this thing. So it's something's on you. Like, I keep seeing that ball, you know, and you're like, oh fuck, you know, all these people are coming. I gotta go. I gotta do this. I gotta run. So this could be about your career, absolutely, because I am seeing some type of superstardom miracle here for you. Three of Pentacles. I feel this conversation that you may have with a person, or you might hear something, and I think it's going to clear your head. I think you were self-sabotaging yourself in some way. Again, this could be work or it could be just period, but there's this clear communication that you receive. And it kind of helps you. There's this collaboration. I don't know if this is all spiritual or also physical. I'm not sure. But it helps to clear your head because you were self-sabotaging yourself. Something becomes so undeniable for you that you have to do it. You have to go for it. All right, let's close this off with the Oshos. Did I miss anything? Clears your mind, right? There's that confirmation, Pisces. I think it's a spirit realm. You have to acknowledge their presence. You do. And I think you do. It's just sometimes your head gets in the way. Spirit, tell me more. Damn. Major success is going to come for you. This is yours. You are super loved. Super loved by, it could be a person here. You may be meeting someone. I'm literally like, I'm a little like, wow, you know, like anxious a little, like the amount of success and clarity that you get just from following your intuition and your communications and your conversations with God and your spirit team or whatever is deserved. Who told you didn't deserve something, Pisces? Who said that to you? Because I felt it. Somebody said you didn't deserve something, that you weren't worthy of something. And this is why sometimes you're not as humble as you should be, right? Because you have to stand really tall for yourself. And that middle finger that I was feeling, I can't do it or else they'll take my video down. I get it. Yes, humility is a beautiful thing. But I also get why sometimes you gotta let a person know. So I am seeing trusting your intuition, and it's going to lead you into this massive success or somewhere you're going. They're taking you somewhere. Know that you will have love in your life. Even if you leave someone because you have to have an honest conversation with yourself and there's something more that you need to do or get in life, like, just know that you will have the love of your life regardless. So I don't care if this is an actual person or where you were always meant to be in life. Either way, like, God's not going to leave you empty-handed. I'm sorry. My sinuses are so jacked up. Compromise. I think they do come back to each other because there was love or something, but that's not for everyone. I'm not saying you're going to get back with someone, but you could. I'm not, but it's just, there is like somebody that is willing to work with you. And I feel it very physical too, right here. All right, Pisces, I hope you liked the reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.